game that I didn't use this lead
Cool. So
as
what
much
we're
as
gonna look at is this game. On red side, you were able to generate a lead, right? And you're not sure how to carry the game from a point where you had the lead. So we're gonna go really quickly through the early game. You pat down. This is good. You're buying us Prio. Top lane is Volibear. You don't really want to interact with them anyway. And if the Rengar also pats down, tries invades you, it's safer to do your bot side, blue buff, than it is your red side. If Rengar invades you here, it's much easier for Rengar to kill you, right? Because of this push. Cool. So let's see what happens here. At this point, your full clear is complete. You have good time. Your crab is coming up, and there's a bot wave happening, right? So that's all the things I'm processing in my head. Bot wave and bot HP. So looking at HPs, these guys are full. These guys are pretty full. It's likely if Rengar pat bot as well that he's gonna come, for this crab for the river. So if you're doing the crab while the Rengar getting spot, you just need to be aware. You need to ping your teammates. Alternatively, you can look mid, see if this guy has, flash, HP, or whatever, and you can skip this crab and go into director lanes. Pretty much what I want you to see is less focus on this crab and more focus on lanes if possible. Okay, Rengar's showing bot, you come bot, this is looking good. So this is pretty free for you. Okay, yeah, Ghost going, nice. Okay, I can see how the lead begins. Cool. Instant recall, perfect. Run straight to top. Cool, let's see your items. You're so fed. Right. Cool, our tempo is not even that bad. We are on our camp respawn perfectly. Right? So at this point, the first thing you should be thinking about is Dragon. Right? You are insanely strong. You just now saw Rengar show top. I don't know why Rengar stopped. And Dragon's up. So the problem with the map state right now is your ball lane crashed a wave when they recalled. Right, so what's going to happen to this wave, let me grab my epic pen real quick, is their bot lane is going to slow push eventually because that's just how lanes work, right? If you crash a wave, the next wave coming out will slow push, right? But looking at champions, looking at HPs, looking at conditions, you still want to fight this dragon. So what I should see in the next 2 minutes is you're doing this dragon. 1 minute, I should say.
So let's say before we see what I do, because mid and bot lane actually don't have the prio.
Yeah.
Should I do like my 2 camps and then do the dragon and ping them to push the lane or something like that, or like what do you think?
So it's all about timing here, and in this case, Rengar showed. So after these Raptors, I would run straight to Dragon and pull it. If Rengar doesn't show, so we're gonna go back 1 second here, literally 1 second. You don't know where Rengar is, right? Zero idea.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, I would do all of these camps, literally everything, and then pull. But either way, I'm going to force them to fight us here. I want them to fight us here. Look at these 2 champions, and look at these 2 champions. You guys are just stronger in the bot side, and even though this guy's died once, maybe twice, you're still very strong. You're 2 kills. You're so strong. But especially because this guy showed, you can go pull this right away, and if these guys contest, they're going to lose waves. If these guys contest, your teammates can contest and you're up a number. So no matter what, you're going to be in a good position. It's really good.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I really don't remember this game, so.
Yeah. So these pings, like we talked about, you want to use hold pings. If for some reason the assistant ping, just has like very little effect on players nowadays. So using the hold ping is really important. It really works if you're trying to get your teammates to come help you. So at this point, your Zyra is coming and the Xerath is coming to poke you off. What you do is good, because what's going to happen is Nefarious wants to shove this wave, he's going to finish, and then Xerath has to come back and catch a wave. If he doesn't catch this wave that's going to be here, like this wave that's going to crash, he's going to lose a lot, right? So Xerath has to come back eventually. He came back. Yeah, we'll do the camp. It's perfect. You do your camps. You should recall. So far, you've played a very good early game. Okay. Here, level 6. You know you're level 6. 2 things. 1, does this guy have flash? 2, is he low? 3, what is he playing for? He's playing for this wave. So if you identify that you're next to this wave, perfect timing, you can make this play. That's a green light to me. Same thing with bot lane. Look at the wave. The Vayne and the Soraka want to kill these red side minions right here. Right? So I could gank either mid or bot here. Both are good timing. The one thing that you could have seen earlier if you were watching is their bot lane has no flashes. So personally, I think killing bot lane is more free than killing mid. But honestly, mid is probably pretty easy too. So let's see. Okay, so Xerath played very, very far away. So let's see if there's a ward. No ward, he's just playing safe.
If I go to bed, I'm losing so much time too. Like, I think because I'm patting bot side right now, as I can see, so I get that if I go bot, I'm losing so much tempo, but is it worth though? If like...
So the reason why it wouldn't be worth is if you're going to lose topside, you're going to lose an objective, or you're just going to lose a lot of tempo. But your tempo doesn't matter right now because there's no objectives up. And if Rengar invades your camps and you get these kills, it's actually worth it. Right? You just need to identify if you can get the kills or not. What happens is if you come by and you don't get any of these kills and Rengar kills your topside, you're really, really fucked in this game. Well, not fucked, but like your position of being up camps, up dragon, is much worse. What you could do entirely is the moment you clear this wave or this camp, you hit level 6, you come here, and you see Xerath playing like this, you just channel recall right around here. Right around, you can channel recall in this pixel burst, that's fine too, but you want to get the fuck out of here and, like you said, return to topside. Alternatively, if you really think you can kill this bot lane, and it is worth it again because they have no flashes, right, and because there's no objectives for Rengar to take, and if you can guarantee these kills, it doesn't matter if you lose these camps because the EXP your laners are going to get, the gold that you're going to get, is worth it.
Is there a way that you track summoner's timer? Like, botlane right now doesn't have flash, my botlane probably ping it. Do you have like... How do you know that they have no flash? Do you like do you check the chat? Like, what do you do?
Looking at chat is probably one of the best things to do. Alternatively, like watching lanes, like let's see like what you were doing here. You were looking at bot lane this whole time, right? You were looking at to see if bot lane was fighting. So at this whole sequence right here, while I'm doing this crab, the moment I finish it, the moment I see this, I'm watching this fight the whole time. So let's watch it break out right now. So Rengar just flashed there, right? That's Rengar flash. Okay, while I'm in this fight, so Soraka flashed against you. Okay, and we barely saw this. I think Vayne flashes here, or no? Vayne doesn't flash here, but you for sure saw Soraka and Rengar flash, and Vayne still has it. So when you recall and you come back and look back at bot, the Vayne will flash or something. Yeah, so she flashes here. So while you're doing these Krugs here, you have plenty of time to look at where the fight is happening. Even top lane, for example, from base, what I would be looking at is I would just like see if anyone's playing aggressive like this. I want to see what's going on with the lane. So look at this guy, he's like really far up. I want to see what's going on in the lane. That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, ask your team and yeah, use pings. Or check check for pings. Yeah. Cool. But from here, what's going on is I don't think this will be a kill, and now you have no ult, right? It's not gonna be up for 2 minutes. Herald spawns at 8 minutes, right? So you're not gonna have it for 40 seconds. Right? So that's where it feels really bad to use your ult like this. Especially if your ult won't be up for Herald. Right, and the Herald spawns right at 8 minutes. That's the perfect timing. I'm not saying you have to do it at 8, but that's the perfect timing. So if this guy's flash is worth your ult, I don't think it is. But if it is in some cases, then what you did is fine, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
Okay, and you keep getting baited back and forth here, right? You lost even more time.
Oh, that's like, oh my god. Well,
okay. Well, these guys are playing a little much here, so maybe it's winnable. Soraka's Zyra's destroying him. Where did you use your W? Oh, right here. Oh, your W is fine. Okay, I didn't see the animations to show. So this is good. You get rewarded for it eventually by staying, which is fine. The reason why, again, bot lane looks okay is because what these guys need to do is clear this wave right here. So if you're aware that the reason why these guys are staying is because they need to clear that wave, this is good on you to see. So we're in again a really fucking good position, right? We just recalled. We even killed more people actually. Wow. So we came from base. We killed one camp. and your ball bear solo killed the truck. And you're coming to kill this Rengar too. Wow. So the game is fucking GG'd, right? And only way you can win this game consistently is by looking at this and looking at this. Herald and Dragon. Right? So I see you pull Herald here right away. It's good. Okay, clear your holds. Let's clear all your camps to bot side. Alternatively, if your Neferi is mid, you have ult. He has no flash because you got it earlier. You can kill this guy. You can possibly kill him yourself too. Yeah, I see your angle here. Possibly, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So that's what I don't like about this look is because he's full HP and there's no pressure to do this, right? You can kill him later. His flash is not going to be up anytime soon, and even if it is, 300, 400 gold right here and a lot of EXP. Right? That's a lot of resources right here that you need to secure. Right? So
Yeah, that was a greedy play, I guess. Yeah.
it's just if this guy was half HP or less and you know he has no flash, like go for it. But it's like the chance of this happening and working is like you're just losing time and you're ult again. So now for the last you hit 6 really fast this game. The last 2 ults you've had have been sent to the abyss, used on nothing. Right? What it could be used for is like a dive bot lane. What it could be used for is sort of like a huge invade that you'll get camps. Or ding ding ding, the next dragon that's spawning. Right? Now you don't have ult again for the dragon. Cool. So you sort of win the game for your mid laner. Like Xerath's really low, although he can farm from range, so not really. Bot lane's working. Bot lane's hard smurfing. We do the blue buff. Your bot lane is just killing them all. There's a mid wave. You don't have to catch, but you want to pressure. You want to think about the mid wave. It's okay. At this point, I want to see you go for this dragon. So look at what your laners want to do, right? Your laners want to recall here. After they push this wave, after they won everything bot, they want to recall. You should instantly be pulling this dragon because they can help you, give you a few auto attacks, just be around you, and look at all the wards you have. Like they don't even need to help you realistically. Rengar is really low. If you were playing the game, you would see that Neferi is hunting this Rengar down. He's too low to do anything. So you should do this dragon on spawn. So I want to see what you do here.
Right.
See, this is a lot of waste of time. This game could have been a 20-minute soul fight where you could have like just wiped them there. Right, and then so all of this is another concept that I don't normally address this early on, but like this guy's recalling, and you should let him recall. So pretty much you invading his camp right here, when you have this much gold, so you could also recall, is baiting your teammates to staying on the map. What you want to do is if you want to do the objective, that's a secure thing you can always play for consistently every single game, and it's very likely like it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be winning for you no matter what. If you paid attention to the game, you'll win this dragon. Okay? But when you're playing for like a camp and your teammates are staying for a camp, it's just not worth it. This guy needs to recall. Look at how much gold he has. 2k, 2k, 2k.
Yeah, that's bad.
So,
I think that my thought process was like, oh, Rengar is like out, and
yeah.
I can like do whatever I want, and so I was so greedy and I took his jungle. But
Yeah.
now that I can see it again, yeah, it's just bad
just
because
objectives.
we had like literally 5 Kigo like in bank, so yeah, it was bad. Like Lucian and Zara had 1k hate,
Yeah,
and I had like 1k 3, so yeah, it's just bad.
All of this 5k does not exist because you guys have it
Yeah.
all in your pocket. Like you guys are still stronger based off items right now, but the biggest thing is like not about necessarily the gold. It's about like the goal should always be the objective. Especially if you can do the objective, because you guys are so much map pressure right now. Look at this deep ward. Look at this deep ward. Look at this like all these wards. You guys are going to get this objective. It's going to be secure. That's the biggest and most important thing. So you went from getting it, you could have gotten it at like 11 minutes to getting it all the way at 13 minutes.
You're right. Yeah, I should have like just do Dragon and
Yeah,
that
because
back
now
after.
instead of dragon spawning at like 16:30, it's gonna spawn at 18, and that gives the enemy team more time to scale. Not only that, it gives your teammates more time to get bored and int. That's unironically like such a stupid factor to think about, but your teammates will int. Like, it's just inevitable. Everyone has games where their teammates are smurfing, but then they int, they die once, they die twice, and then start dying 10 times. Right? The more dragons you stack, the faster you get to a soul fight, the faster you get to team fights, the easier the game will be because your teammates will want to fight team fights. Your teammates will not want to wait, realistically. If you let them wait, they're going to start inting. But pretty much you always play for objectives, you always have your team with you because players love objectives. As long as you're understanding what's going on in the lane and they can help you, objectives are the way to go. So let's look at this Herald. Let's look at this first. No, again. It's the third ult. I don't know what's going on, right? This whole game, it's not even like you're playing, like, too bad. You've gotten so many kills, you got so much farm. Like, your stat line is not bad. The positions you've been have not been the worst. But the biggest thing is you just keep ulting mid. I don't know, like, it's 3 ults. That's 6 minutes total from... So, realistically, you've probably only had one good ultimate. Maybe you ultimate again, I don't know. But you haven't used your ultimate a single time to secure any of these kills, pretty much. And then again, what is this? It's Herald, and you have no ultimate again. Right? So, oh my god, let me die. Fuck. Right? And we haven't even done the rift. Like, let's say your ult lands on this guy. Right? And then Rengar is like ulting here. He's going to kill you. Right? If he comes around, he's going to kill you. If you ult, it lands. Like, let's see how deep you go. Right? You're going to take at least 2 more tower shots, and Rengar's gonna one-shot you. Rengar could even one-shot this guy and then one-shot you afterwards. Why? Why do this when you can do this? Right? Really easy. Okay, then we get to the next dragon, which is good. We take a fight. Look at that. We win the fight because we're up gold. We're up position. We get the dragon. Yes. Cool. You guys get a pick here. This is nice. Your position is pretty good here. Your position is good here for 2 reasons. One, you guys are up so much gold, so fighting Baron is good. Because even though you're not up a number, let's say like a person, like no one's dead, if they walk into your champions, they're going to get poked out by Zyra or Lucian, and if they walk too far, you have a lot of turn tools to just kill these guys. Pretty much in solo queue, they're going to come in one by one, realistically. So you want to set up this Baron side, pretty much. And your Zyra has some decent wards. You want some wards here, you want some wards here, some wards here. But I see the point is probably Herald. But if you push this wave in, get wards with your team, clear this pink, then you can like threaten the Baron. You don't even need to pull the Baron, but you can threaten it. Cool, we kill this guy and then we go to Baron. It's really good. Okay. So again, 2 minutes 30, dragon. Okay, so your mid got Rengar. Ooh, what's this? So 2 of your teammates died, right? And you just got Baron, right? Minimize your losses. If you know your limits here, honestly, Dustblade's broken. Like, Dustblade phase rush, you're out, right? You've salvaged the play already, like by a lot, because 2 of your teammates are dead and you've clutched up, you've killed one of their teammates. You don't need to pentakill these guys here. That's not how you're gonna win the game, right? I know he's coming up so soon, but you don't need to do this.
That's the Karim syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, this
holy
is,
shit.
They're all grouped. Holy shit. But this is like not great.
It's very bad.
Yeah. If you have your Baron up yourself, at least you have camps up, like you can get your next item. You can just keep getting yourself stronger. This will be really important in this game. Okay. Then the next sequence. Your teammate dies, right? If you were alive, you would probably fight with him. But pretty much, like, pings again. Pinging this guy when he's too far up. Okay, fighting for this dragon is the next thing I want to see. Cool. Okay, so your champ... Yeah, what is going on?
Shut down.
Your champ is kind of OP, but the point of this is what? Why is this... Like, why, like, what if, like, there's 2 more guys back here? You don't see anyone here. You don't see any of the 5. You only saw one guy right here. See Trundle there, Vayne went missing, Xerath went missing. Soraka's like even next to them. Right, so why are we doing this? Right, so what I want to get at is if you just play it on this line right here, then they have to walk in. You pull the dragon out. If they walk in through this corridor, they're going to get jumped. If they walk in through this corridor, they're going to get Zyra. Like, no matter what, they're going to be in a bad position when you have this much setup. So play off your setup. This is like a macro idea, but you are going away from your wards. Do not go away from your wards. Do not go away from the position you're happy to be in. Additionally, no one's with you. Let's say everyone's like already here fighting and you do what you did. Sure, your team is fighting there. Your team is set up and they're trying to, pick them off even further up. But no one's there with you. So what you do is a bit mental, to say the least. So this 1-for-1, if you die after, which you probably will, now you put yourself out of the game pretty much for like 50 seconds, right? Like, you have no impact on whether or not you win this dragon fight or you lose this dragon fight. It's not on you. So how can you carry this game? The 10 kill Hecarim in my game. Like you trading 1-for-1 is actually, I didn't realize how bad it was, but it's so bad because you have 10 kills. So now you're leaving the Fury, your Lucian, your Volibear, the Zyra's goated, but you're leaving the rest of your team to carry the fight for you. Right, so don't put yourself out of the fight for a 1 kill. Even for 2 kills, it's normally not worth it. Always want to be there, impacting the fight.
Literally every time I die, it's just me inting, like killing 3 or 4 people alone. It's crazy.
Yeah,
if you want to know the truth, after this game I was so tilted, and I was like, oh my god, Fury shit and whatever. And
yeah.
like right now, I'm watching the game again with you, and I'm just like seeing myself inting like 4 times in a row. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's
crazy.
Yeah, right. Like so when you don't see what's going on, like obviously there's a lot more happening than the average eye could see. But additionally, like when you have those emotions, it's hard to be clear with what actually went wrong in the game. So I understand how you feel. It's just like every single game you play, you're going to make mistakes. Like the game we just had, I made a lot of mistakes, right? And like not a single time am I like actually getting too triggered at the fact that my Xerath or my Caitlyn died like 15 times collectively. Like that is like kind of like expected nowadays. Like players are gonna int. So this game, like Nefarious inting, like Volibear's not doing great. Like that's just how it's gonna be. You just want to focus on what you can do, and what you can change, what you can impact. And if there's nothing, well, look again because there's going to be something. Right? There's never going to be nothing you could change and improve.
You're right.
Cool. So your team got Dragon. Somehow you guys lost an inhib. What's going on? Oh no, wait, did you break an inhib? No, you guys lost an inhib. Okay, so where are you in this sequence right here? So Zyra's getting vision. You guys just got Ocean Soul, right? And you're in Narnia, kind of. So, oh, you're about to hit level 16. No, you did hit level 16. So here, you close the item, kind of, but you're not going to have time to recall. Pretty much the point is, right now, this is what I call an active map state. Right now, your entire team is playing aggressive. Look at where Volibear is going to be. Where's Volibear going to be? He's going to be up here. Where's Lucian going to be? He's going to be up here. Where does Zyra want to be? He wants to be all the way in here. Instead of playing for Krugs, go play for his blue, go play for his wolves, go play for his grump. If they're not up, go play for terrain control. Then go play for this turret. Then go play for this turret. Not these Krugs. This is not the time to do the Krugs. The time you want to do your Krugs is if your entire team does not want to play aggressively, but your whole team wants to play aggressively right now. I'm not saying it's your fault that Zyra died. This guy should have waited for you, but you're not here to change this Zyra from dying. So again, what's going on here? 1v5 moment. Right? So
it's so bad, holy shit.
Yeah. So almost all of your deaths is like you going 1v5 and then it's just like RIP from what happens after. Right? So
imagine if I didn't int like 5 times.
Yeah, so like let's look at this like sequence right here, and let me tell you what I want to see. So I want to see is you do this, you E, you could do one of two things. Instead of ulting at this guy, because Soraka still has flash. You just saw Rengar flash. What you could do is you could ult this way and just kill this guy. Right? Maybe someone's behind him. Yeah, the Xerath's behind him. But you could kill this guy potentially. If anything, you just let it be. Like, you just leave it. You ghosted. I know you ghosted, so it sucks. But you got Rengar's flash, and your teammates are already dead. You're actually making it worse by throwing your ult, and let's say you ulted in and you lived. Let's say like nothing happened. You ulted in and like you just missed it entirely. Now you have no ult for the next minute again for the next fight. You don't. Oh, I guess you're level 16, so it's 40 seconds. But still, you don't have ult for 44 seconds. That means if a fight breaks out in the next 44 seconds, your resources, your conditions are that much weaker. Right? So sometimes it's okay to just take a flash, to just take some HP. That's completely fine. Cool. I'm sure the theme kind of exists for the rest of this game, and the game kind of just goes long. Um, we can look at like one more sequence. Like here, you guys are at down gold. Their comp kind of just scales really well, and their champs are like really annoying to play against. Um, but realistically, after you guys win this Elder, what you could think about doing is like you want to end the game. So how can you end the game?
Pushing mid, I guess? Or
Yeah. Yeah, you need to push mid here. So right now it's not the time to siege, because you can't break this by yourself and people are spawning skins. That's also up. So you want to push on mid and get whatever towers you can, and then when your teammates are up, like you keep doing this thing where you're playing the game by yourself. Yes, you want to carry the game by yourself, but you still need your pawns to do something. It's like you can't play chess if you're just the king alone. You still need your pawns, you still need your bishop, you still need the queen, you still need you still need the entire board to play. Even if your pawn like doesn't know how to move, you can still try and help it move. Even if your bishop can only move 2 spaces, they can't move across the entire board, at least you can try and use that. What it seems like for me, what I'm looking at is every single decision you make, every single action you make, you're just playing by yourself entirely, and you're trying to woman end the whole game, and it's just hard to play like that. No one should be expected to play like that. The thought process is correct. You do want to solo carry games. The fact of the thing that comes with solo carrying games is you still need to work with your teammates with whatever they provide for you. If you go in second in this game, or if they go in like if the Rengar jumps in and then you go in, or like after this fight kind of goes down a little bit, you would have won most of these fights, I feel like. But every single time it's you ulting in 5 people, I don't see anyone, I'm just going in, and then it's just like I don't know, like there's no way for you to win. So yeah, but this macro decision, it seems like it's like a 30-minute game. You're tired. I don't know. This is not the
Yeah, it's,
best decision. Like
it's terrible. Holy shit. Yeah, okay.
yeah. But you just push down mid, break this mid turret, but pretty much you want to wait for your teammate to be back, and you take a fight, 5v5. And you have Herald now, you have Elder now, so you could probably win, and you win the game here. But all these deaths are you just doing something by yourself. You ulted like 4 or 5 times by yourself, so there's no way to like tell you what the correct steps are to snowball the game, because there's too many actual mistakes, like underlying mistakes happening before we can move on to like how you would actually play the map, how you would actually play the macro. But at the very least, the one thing I want you to take away is have conditions for dragons and prioritize objectives. So it seems like you have that like down, like you got this dragon really early. This is really good to see you pull this. And the next objective, you were really close to doing it. You were like doing the rift, or what was it? It was like right here. You were really close to like doing this objective here. You're in the right place. You're in the right mindset. Just make sure you're getting these objectives off the map, especially when you're snowballing and you're winning the game. Cool. I want to write down a few notes. Do you have any questions or anything while I write these notes?
Not really. Honestly, this game is like much worse than I thought. By saying it again, so yeah, I think I need to calm down with like. I think that's actually why I'm a bit better with G4 right now. It's because it's less of a 1v9 champion. So I know that I have to wait for my teammates and everything like that. But
Yeah.
Ikarim is just like, oh, you're going fast, you can ult, and yeah, it's a bad thing to keep, and I need to like, I think I need to still play Ikarim, but like not doing those like coin flip plays.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, some of these plays, even if it works for you, if you don't have your ult for the objective, then your decision is bad. Because you want to have your ult for the objective. Let's say you killed Xerath, like any of those times. Let's try and find it here. But when Herald was up, what was that? Right here. Let's say you killed this guy here, Like now you have no ult, you'd probably be less than half, and like you pulling Herald is really really hard. Their Vayne and Soraka can shift all the way up, and like it's just like every single decision you make, you want it to be focused on these objectives, and that way you won't even be confused about like coin flip plays or anything like that. You'll just be focused on how do I do this objective, especially when you're snowballing. When you're behind, it's a completely different story. But because we're on the topic of like you got so many kills, you put yourself in good positions. How do you snowball? It's just all about objectives. It's the easiest thing to play for. So pretty much,
Okay.
I want you to try and like recap what we got from this. It was a short thing, short little session, but what were the most important points from this game or from this session that you got?
Oh, you're talking about like you're asking me the question, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like, what are your takeaways from this?
Basically, I think that my early game is like fine because I know that one of my strengths is watching a lot of the map. So like I'm always watching my minimap, and when I see something like that should not happen, like Rengar appearing or something like that, I always check like instantly, and that's
Yeah,
why I was like looking for almost every fight that was happening. So but I think that like I need to still keep doing that, and sometimes I don't go in because I'm like, okay, this fight is like lost, and I just waste maybe 20 or 30 seconds by going there. Sometimes I take the fight when I think it's winnable, but the thing is, when I'm so ahead, like in this game, instead of playing constantly and playing with my team, I'm playing with a mentality of, okay, I have all the gold, I can do everything by myself, and that's not the mentality that I need to keep. So I really need to keep doing what I'm doing in my early game, but in the mid game and late game, and like looking them up, looking for good plays, playing constantly, and playing for objectives, which is the most important things. Like I don't have to coin flip everything, especially right before a Drake Carnival. I think that's my biggest weakness.
yeah,
Uh,
perfect. One thing that I didn't necessarily tell you how to fix, but the easiest thing I could tell you to do is when you're so ahead, do not go in first. What I mean by that is you're always ulting in first on Hecarim. Just make it a rule to not go in first. Let the flight play itself for a few seconds. Even if you delayed everything by like 2 to 3 seconds, the situations would look a lot better. So let's say you died in these games, right? You have almost all the gold on your team. This like you have like let's go to like 20 minutes or something. You have almost all the gold on your team. So if you ever die, you have the most gold at least. You're the strongest person. It's really really bad for the fight. But if Nefiri, Lucian, and Volibear die, and it's just you and Zyra, for example, it's still like a better position than you dying first. You know. So on champs that are squishy, Jarvan this is like less important. But on champs that are squishy, you don't necessarily want to go in first, especially when you're ahead, because dying is really really bad.
okay,
But yeah,
got it.
otherwise, yeah, I think you'd summarize the points well. I want to send it over to you, and um, cool. Let me know if you have any questions, real quick. Otherwise, we'll call it here.
No, I'm pretty fine. I asked all my questions.
Cool.